Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Hawley Hour. Brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub. Phil's, your local dive with music for the people. Chaser's Food and Spirits. Excel Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. The Dave Hawley Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Hawley.
Thank you, Zach. You know, of all the introductions I've ever had, that one is the most recent. Hello once again, fellow arts entertainment enthusiasts. First-time listeners, thanks for stopping by. Long-timers and loyal listeners, thank you for supporting the arts. Later in the hour, Emily Wilson from Improv Falls talks about that group's show slated for next Friday. Coming up in just a bit, my conversation with Courtney Hardie as she talks about an upcoming art show and how it relates to Emily's Hope. So come in, join us. We're waiving the cover charge here at the Dipsy Doodle Productions studio. The dress code is very casual, and we do have a few seats open. Just make sure to bring your own beverage. But first...
Honey, look at this!
Unbelievable!
Yeah! Yummy!
I know!
That'd be fantastic. You know what I'm talking about.
Dave's Fave! Each week we salute a person or business that I feel is worthy of a shout-out for any number of reasons. This week's Dave's Fave is Rosie's Cafe. Anytime a Sioux Falls icon closes, then reopens with new ownership, I'm always a little curious as it can meet my expectations. I mean, after all, I always thought the original Rosie's was a great breakfast and lunch cafe. Drum roll, please. It's fantastic. Great food. I recommend their Eggs Benedict. Now, last weekend, we also did a to-go item, Neapolitan cheesecake. Oh, yes, it will remind you of the ice cream, and it was an absolute delight for the taste buds. Highly recommend Rosie's. It's always a fun place to take your visitors. The iconic cafe is better than ever. If you're wondering what else I like, go to the Dave's Fave page on the show website, DaveHolleyHour.com. Then after you look at that page, go to the trivia page to see our schedule at Chasers at West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Hawley Hour Trivia. This coming Monday, April 13th, our theme is Going to the Movies. Mondays are always fun at Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Must tell you about this. Many of you know, in fact, most of you by now probably should know, that I love jazz. I love that we have Trio Jazz Club and that they are one of my sponsors. I also love the fact that we have a nonprofit with the Fellowship Jazz Center. And along with that, the Fellowship Jazz Center has their own orchestra. So if you love live music, or you've ever wanted to experience jazz in a whole new way, you need to know about Fellowship Jazz Center. They are all about keeping jazz alive, accessible, and thriving. April, Jazz Appreciation Month, as I mentioned, FJC has a lot going on, including 3rd Annual Jazz Crawl. That's Saturday the 25th. It's a full evening of live jazz across downtown Sioux Falls. 6 different groups, multiple venues, and an unforgettable night. So grab your friends, follow the music from stop to stop. Then on Thursday, April 30th, celebrate International Jazz Day with a special concert at the Orpheum Theater. The Fellowship Jazz Center Orchestra will be joined by guest vocalist Andrea Ross for a powerful night of music honoring jazz's legacy and its ability to bring people together. Tickets are on sale now. So whether you're a lifelong jazz fan or just curious to experience something new, Fellowship Jazz Center invites you to be a part of the music. Learn more at fellowshipjazzcenter.org. And yes, the ruggedly handsome Master of Ceremonies will be back. Honorable Mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knee, silly, or simply fill my heart with happiness? I don't like tooting my own horn, but I am. It's because I've spent a lot of time shaping up the new look website. I now have it to the point of presentable. Won't say it's finished, and are they ever? I still have a lot of content to add, but at this point, I feel good about it. So when you go to DaveHolleyHour.com, please leave a comment. All right, later in the show, we talk with Emily Wilson. Up next, Courtney Hardie on the Dave Holley Hour. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Coming soon, another podcast from Big D Entertainment. Dave Holley's More, M-O-R, a show featuring the music and the stories of an oft-forgotten radio format known as Middle of the Road. The days of yore with More, M-O-R.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XO Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or exokairos.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XO Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Arts and entertainment lovers, you hit the mark. It's the Dave Holley Hour.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, it's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment, and it's always a pleasure to have this young lady in the Dipsy Doodle Productions studio. She's an artist and a great friend and a musician and singer as well, rolled all into one with a nice big smile on her face. Courtney Hardie, how are you?
I'm so good, Dave. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, great to have you. First of all, before we move on, back in November, Vaudie's had a pre-holiday show, and you were there, and you just, well, actually, weren't you even the one before that then?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the one
it was.
before
One
it.
before it. And never had a chance to say how great it was. You did such a phenomenal job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and especially, when you're mixed in there with a bunch of singers and so forth, you got to make sure you're bringing your A game, and you brought the A+.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Aside from the blinding spotlight, it was so...
Whoa, wasn't that something?
It was bright.
Yeah, I couldn't read my notes, for introducing people and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the spotlight might be on its way out.
Yeah. But that was such a neat event, and it was, I hadn't been to the Vadi's in a while, so it was great to be able to experience it not only again, but also as a performer.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have some great pictures of you backstage, too.
Oh, nice. Good. I don't think I've seen those yet. So.
I don't believe you have. So we'll go through those at some point. But you're here because you've got a great event coming up on the 23rd.
Yes.
It's combining your love of art and your work. Emily's Hope.
Yes.
Which, how long has Emily's Hope been going now?
So
as an organization?
They started in 2019.
Okay.
Angela started the nonprofit after her daughter Emily passed away due to fentanyl poisoning. So she wanted to bring awareness to this opioid epidemic. She wanted to fight stigma surrounding substance use disorder and preventing people from getting help and seeking treatment. And she also wanted to prevent substance use disorder in the first place by providing prevention, education, and awareness in order to save other mothers from having to deal with that kind of loss.
Yeah. I mean, it's devastating. I mean, anytime you lose somebody that's really close, it's going to be devastating, even, whatever age they are, but especially you lose a teen. And I always remember one thing that my grandmother said. As a grandparent, you're supposed to die before your children and your grandchildren. And going to funerals like that was very tough on her, and I can understand that. And now this event is going to be an art auction.
Yeah, so it's turning her pain into purpose, right? And so part of our prevention initiatives that we do, we focus a lot around the arts because Emily was a prolific painter and sculptor. Yes. And so we honor her in that legacy by doing, so the auction that you mentioned was our January event where we had a gala, art show and auction, and we took donated pieces from the art community and put them up for sale. And then those proceeds went back to fundraising Emily's Hope. This time we're inviting youth to be a part of an art showcase. So it's called the Emily's Hope Art Showcase, Youth Art Showcase, and it is uplifting middle and high school students and celebrating their creativity, their resilience, and promoting healthy choices, making healthy choices. And so they will be on display at Mosaic Arts and Events. They thankfully graciously donated their space to us for this event. But you'll see the public is invited to come and see the youth art and really have kind of this uplifting event of promoting resilience, rising above using substances. So that's our theme for this year is Rise Above.
Rise Above. I like it. I always like, achieving things and so forth. And one of the T-shirts that I wear is from Ted Lasso, Believe. And there's just so many people that are negative in so many different ways. And I feel for them greatly. I know what it's, like to be upset, but it's usually at me. But to be just, such a crab ass all the rest of the time around the world, that's not good. Yeah, so all right, I'm looking forward to it. Now, you've got a deadline right now that you have to focus on for art submissions, correct?
Yes. So for any youth that are interested, it's middle and high school students located in Sioux Falls. We expanded our art showcase to include more than just visual arts this year. So it's also tapping into one of my specialties, the performing arts.
Yes.
And so any singer-songwriter, poetry, dance, theater, all of that is included in part of the submissions. So anyone who does visual arts, so 2D painting, photography, 3D sculpture work, pottery, any of that can be included, but also this performing arts piece is new this year. And all of that, you can not donate, but you can submit, and that's on Friday. That deadline is Friday, April 10th.
Have you had any problem getting submissions to this point?
I've heard back from a few teachers because usually that's our way of getting the word out. And we are low for submissions. And so we would love... the goal is to uplift our youth, and to be able to do that, we'd like a lot of submissions because the more submissions we have, the more kids that we can show and showcase.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I am always just blown away when I see art from youth. And, because obviously we've got some grandkids and occasionally we get something and it's like, oh, wow, somebody's improved, haven't they? And you just see how they compare. You don't like to compare necessarily, but just to see, okay, how's your kid doing? Well, somebody over here is overachieving, but, over here, yeah, okay, but our kid, and then you get to boast about him and be prideful, and it's always fantastic to see that too, when parents are talking about how great their kids are. And I think that's one of the things that, at least from what I know from having watched things about Emily's Hope, I don't really know Angela very well. I introed her or something at an event, or maybe she introed me one time, but you can tell when somebody has pride, and you can tell when somebody's hurting. And that's easy to see when it came to her. And for her to be so uplifting, as we're talking about today for Rise Above, it's bright and shining when you see that, when somebody can face some of the worst things that happen in life and make them a good situation. And, for all of her art to come out and for this to generate other young artists and also to generate good choices and to shine a light on this opioid situation, because it is overpowering. I am very fortunate that I did not get addicted because I've had a couple of surgeries that did require them, but I kept to not the diagnosis, but the pharmacy and the doctor's recommendations. But I can understand how it happens.
Right.
Yeah, and it's you've got to really say, okay, I'm past this, and that's here being a senior citizen that I had to do that twice. So for a young person facing all the other difficulties in the world, we've really got to make our mark on them, so it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how different the drug landscape has changed. And so generations ago, we used to talk about eventually using substances could lead to X symptoms, addiction, and then these ailments due to repetitive use. But unfortunately, with the change of what's in the drug supply, fentanyl being introduced, and the potency of fentanyl, the DEA put out a campaign that said one pill can kill. And so it doesn't have to be the person who is using substances repetitively. It could be the youth that's just trying out of curiosity, something that they were given by a friend,
peer
they
pressure,
bought on social media, Snapchat, and the peer pressure. And that one choice could be deadly. And that's why it's so important, the work that we're doing. And then to, like you said, take all of those tragedies, right? So there's 200 people dying a day of an overdose in the U.S. So to take that tragedy and to just try to turn it into something positive, some positive reinforcement, because I think that that's a huge part. It's a protective factor for youth to be able to create positive opportunities, to create a positive environment. And so that's part of the work that we do. We educate, we make people aware. We spread the message as far as we can. We're in the process of getting youth peer advocates to share the message, but then we're also making sure that they have positive outlets and ways to be creative and positively impact their environment and their community.
Yeah, I can't think of what the drug's name is, but the one that you can use a one shot if somebody's overdosing.
Yeah, so naloxone or Narcan, is what
I've
you
heard
can.
of most,
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you can use that in an opioid overdose. And what we give out and pass out is a nasal spray.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's one of the other things you do, that you give them the opportunity to have it for emergency and so forth.
Yeah, almost half the overdoses between 2020 and 2023 involved a bystander. And so the opportunity for intervention was there. It's 44% during those 3 years that there was a bystander present. And so by equipping our community with naloxone or Narcan access, we're allowing those bystanders to intervene and to take action if they were to see that or be involved with an overdose. Yeah.
Incredible. All right. So let's just wrap a little bit about what's coming up on the 23rd. Give us the times and so forth on the 23rd, and it's going to be down at
Yes. Yeah. So Thursday, April 23rd, open to the public. The more people we get there, the more celebrated these youth feel. And so we want to pack the house at Mosaic Arts and Events from 6 to 8 p.m. And we'll actually be doing a small award ceremony, give out trophies to the different medium winners. And we'll be showcasing the performing arts, and it'll be a fun night. We'll have cookies and lemonade. You'll be able to browse the room. We'll have a speaker. Sheku Bannister is going to do a talk.
Okay.
He's going to be our speaker for that night. So he actually has a song that's close to like Rising Hearts or something along those lines. And so when I asked him for this opportunity to do it, he was like, oh my gosh, this fits so well with me and what I'm doing with Healing Hearts and the music that he creates. So he was such a good fit. He's going to be a panel judge actually for the performing arts too.
Performs under Big Shakes, right?
Yeah, Big Shake. Yeah. So he's going to be a wonderful addition to be able to provide that hope, that opportunity, that potential to feel that in the room. So it'll be a really uplifting event.
All right. So free 6 to 8. So even the senior citizens here can make it in time.
And get to bed on time.
And exactly. Yeah. It's like, God, I really want to go to... Oh, it doesn't start till 8?
Yes.
The only time I will do that is if it's a Friday night event. And even though I do work a lot of Saturdays, at least it's like, okay, I only have the one day left. So I always feel good in that regard. But this is going to be, I feel this is going to be very, very successful. And I wish the whole organization the best. But of course, having you here, we have to talk about your art, both visual and performing, because I think we have 4 pieces of yours in this household. And we first met you while you were serving over at Kaladi's. And you have basically stuck with that family all throughout. Because now you're at Roots of Brazil.
Yes.
And you had some art you were showcasing there. And it was just like, wow. And then we got to talking and we find out, oh, that piece is yours. Okay. How much?
Yeah.
So we bought that. And then your college, the final college project that you had was awesome to take a look at. And I bought 3 of the different styles of painters. And I see that every morning. And it's just a joy. Because, there's so many things when it comes to art. It's a joy to see that because, first of all, they're really cool. But also a joy to see that it's you.
Yeah.
Here's a friend that is incredibly talented. And I love that factor to it. And I think it's a lot like music that way, too. You know how music will take you back. You hear a song and go, and you can remember where you were the first time you heard it. And I think that's such an important part, because here I forget a lot of things, but I can remember going to your art show at Hoggy and getting those 3 pieces. And so do you have things you're hanging down at Roots?
Nothing that I'm hanging.
Okay.
We actually just did a collaboration with Serge Van Eck. He's a photographer in town, and he's doing a big photography series celebrating artists of all different kinds.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I had taken pictures with my mural on the stairs because I had done the stair work there. And then our chef and co-owner, Jamie, Serge is also celebrating culinary artists in their spaces.
Yeah.
So he had a photo taken of him too. So I have a couple things in the fire that may be at Roots of Brazil. So stay tuned for maybe some of those surprise artistic touches at Roots, but I actually just completed a piece that I gave to Rare by Design because they have the style show coming up. And that was one where I got to, I was asked by this individual, his name's Jaden, and his mom's asked if I could play at his graduation party when he graduated high school. So I came with all my instruments, and it was so fun and so great. And Jaden's going to be a model in the style show. And so I sent them and submitted a painting of a guitar, and I thought it was really representative of how I met him and the fact that he's going to be a model in the show. So, yeah, I like to create when there's a purpose or when there's some sort of benefit to other people involved. So, I created a piece and submitted it for our art show and auction at the beginning of this year. And then again for this Rare by Design. So I like doing intentional pieces that are going to make an impact.
Yeah. So you like doing those, but still, when it comes to the creativity, what sparks you?
There's a lot of emotion that goes into creating pieces, and that's where I get a lot of ideas from. And so to be able to have that outlet as a healthy coping mechanism is so important. And whether that's writing in a journal or writing a poem or song lyrics or painting on whatever canvas I can find, that's what's really important to me. That's what inspires me. And that's what drives some of my most impactful work is from some sort of negative emotion that I've processed. And then when I'm processing it, it's like, how can I get this out of my body and let go of it?
Oh, yeah.
And in order to do that, it's creating something.
Yeah. By the way, we have a new watercolor artist that lives here.
And who's that?
The lovely Carrie Kay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long has she been doing it?
We've been going to classes now for probably 6 months.
Okay.
And it's great because normally I am like such a, oh God, this sucks. But I have such a great attitude toward it that I'm A, relaxing, B, learning, C, learning how to say, okay, so it's not a great piece of work, but you accomplish so many great things doing it. And, what you get in the inner soul from visual art or for performing arts is just it's a good thing that takes place. And what do you feel then when you have an accomplished piece of work, when you've finally said, okay, that's it, I'm going to submit it, or I'm going to frame it, whatever?
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of relief, a sense of release, saying, I've emotionally put into this, I've put in time, I've put in materials, and now I can say it's completed and check that off my list. And so it's really just a sense of being able to, and it's a full circle, right? So it's have an idea or feel this emotion, feel this type of way, create an image, create something that you then finish. And so to have that full circle of from idea to fruition to completed is great to be able to have, because a lot of things in life are continual, or you keep working at it, you keep going to it. But this is actually something that you can, from start to finish, be done and actually check it off.
Oh, goodness, what was it? I had a great question for you. Slid past the mind and off the railroad track. What's your favorite medium to work in?
My favorite medium is acrylic. I am too impatient for oil, so I can't deal with the dry.
Hang there for a few weeks.
Yeah. And so I like that I can have something dry fairly quickly and then keep adding to it. But I also love mixed media. So if I had to choose, it wouldn't just be using acrylics. It would be, using scrap newspaper. I have an atlas at home that I tear off and use. I got a donation of piano scrolls, old piano scrolls.
Really?
They used to play
The player-
themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So I've
wow.
used old piano scrolls. I've given those out for art projects too, for people to create their mixed media pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I love working with wood too in any capacity.
Yeah.
So there's
Including making a lovely table.
yeah.
How long did that process take?
That was a course of 2.5 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. That was wood that my mom's friend had in Minnesota that my dad was going up for a trip, and I asked him to bring it back down. And it was this giant slab of a tree trunk that I cut in half, and then I got to experiment with epoxy for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a whole thing. So
Well, it's beautiful.
thank you.
Yeah. It is absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at your art show at Augie, you had some 3D in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then didn't one also include electricity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had, and I'm trying to think back, but I had a glass pyramid
Yes.
that
Yeah.
had that the base of each pyramid level was circuit boards out of,
Mm-hmm.
a computer monitor, out of, random electronics. And my uncle has that. He ended up purchasing that off of me. But yes, I got to work with glass, and I got to create these pieces, and every other layer was a man-made object and then a natural. So it went from man-made to natural every other step in the pyramid.
So do friends and relatives try to say, well, hey, would you take that? Or what's the friends and family discount? Or
I always say I always get told I do too much for free. So there's never an issue with price negotiation, because
Yeah.
usually I'm just like, yeah, what can I, But I've had really supportive family and
Yeah.
friends that
well,
have.
and that's a key to it as well.
Mhm.
But also, that also means networking and other people that you may have never known.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, hey, I ran into your uncle the other day, and he had this really cool piece. And then he was telling me all the things you do. And so I went online, and wow, I'm really particularly interested in the one that's framed XYZ or whatever, whatever, or numbers or whatever you have, and so forth. And so that helps out. And but still, this is something I bring up almost every show, is we have to start getting the general public more knowledgeable about what goes into a piece, whether it's a performance, whether it's a photograph, whether it's a painting or structural. And I always tell the story. I said, somebody was with us one time outside on a patio downtown, and a gal was playing, and he said, hey, how much do you think she's getting tonight? What do you think she's getting paid? I said, well, I have an idea, but it's, none of our business. But let me tell you this. I said, you see that piano? Yeah. Well, if she was really getting a great price, she might have gotten it for like $750. And the stand that it goes on, that was probably $100. Oh, and the bag that the piano goes in, and the bag that the stand goes in, all of this, and I just kept going through the whole thing. I said, now, are you enjoying the performance? Yeah, it's great. That's 30 years of practice.
Wow.
Yeah. So tip her.
Yes,
Even though she's getting paid, tip.
Yes.
Yeah, and I try to do that as often as I can, and I just wish that we would get. Oh, that's one of two things. Another one is, why can't we get some of these venues that charge exorbitant prices and so forth on the weekend. But then when they're dark on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, wouldn't you like to make a couple $100 at least?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way, like Vaughtie's, there's no way that we could afford $1,000 for rent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so we have to conquer that too. We need to get more venues to say, hey, we're willing to cut the price for, if you're a new artist, come on by and we'll work something out. We'll give you the opportunity.
Yeah.
And there's also so many other ways that it can be done too. For instance, I host trivia out at the Chasers on Monday nights. And one of the things I always give away, because they obviously have to use pens, so I have really nice pens for the Dave Holly Hour. And I always tell them, keep them. And if you lose them, good. Somebody else sees it then.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed tracking the people that go to my website now has gone up exponentially.
Wow.
When I tell them, and then I remember telling a comedian, she was saying, well, you do a good job marketing. What do you think is the best thing? I said, never forget a cheap pen, even a cheap one. But if you can afford, do a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because somebody is always seeing that until it finally runs out of ink and has to be tossed. But one way or another, somebody's seeing it. And we take them now to restaurants we go to.
Yeah.
The wait staff always loves having a nice pen.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You've given me some at Roots.
Yes, I have. Yeah, plenty of them. But you've done so much for us, too, and including your friendship, but also the fact that we have some of your art here, and we adore you. And after we finish up here, tell you about one event that's coming up that I think you'll be happy to hear. Or maybe we already let it slip to you. I can't recall. But we'll talk about it. All right. So let's see. Got a couple minutes left. So what are you hoping to accomplish yet in both your professional work as well as your artistic work?
Yeah. Well, it's nice that there's some overlap with those. I love being able to use my art in my full-time work. And I think I'm actually going back to school to be a certified prevention specialist to get my certification.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Emily's graciously is helping me with that certification. And so in May, I'm going to be starting school, taking 5 classes, and I've already started my supervising hours to gain that certification. But I am really interested to just keep learning and keep growing within this position. Because I have a lot of deep passion for what I'm doing, the work that I'm doing, and creating ultimately a healthier lives for our youth. And so that's one thing that I kind of want to accomplish is obviously gaining that certification, becoming a certified prevention specialist, being able to do my job at a higher level and at a higher skill and higher knowledge. And then in the art world, I want to continue using my art for advocacy, for intentional events, and being able to provide that as a way to positively impact my community. When you talk about the 2 issues that you have within the community, one thing I think of is, with you explaining all the different costs and the craft that took years to be able to be a pianist, that there's a lack of empathy, I think, that we have. And in order to build that empathy, being able to actually openly listen to other people telling their stories, sharing their stories. So in an overall sense too, I'd love to be able to build on that empathy and creating more empathetic individuals. And then I think understanding the importance of investing in your own community, I think is really important as well.
Very true.
So knowing and understanding the impact that you can have by purchasing at this local shop or supporting this local person as opposed to outsourcing that money, because it just gets infiltrated in the community and spread out. And so realizing the impact, having empathy to be able to understand where other people are coming from, and understanding the impact that you have by keeping your dollars local and having that circulate within the community, I think is
all right. Final question then.
Yes.
I probably had to ask a few different ones since you've been on a few times. Have I asked you your spirit animal?
You have not asked.
Ah, good. I love this one.
Oh. I like to think of it as a sloth.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirit animal is a sloth. Just slow moving, carefree, has big claws if they need it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that from
Really?
you. Yeah. All right. But as always, Courtney, thank you so much for taking the time to be on, and wishing you and everybody at Emily's Hope the best with your upcoming event, and of continuing all the time. And for you, I'm very proud that you're going back to school to do that, and keep making art and being a creator.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right.
Dave. You too.
And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. If you've been thinking about checking out Trio Jazz Club, this is your sign to do it now, because the music is incredible. Seats don't last long. In fact, Wednesday's show already sold out. So if you want in on the magic this week, you'll want to grab your tickets fast. Here's what's coming up. Tonight, the Pete Hazing Quartet takes the stage, led by dynamic drummer Pete Hazing. Kicking things off at 6:30 with a performance you won't want to miss. Tomorrow, it's the return of the jazzed up sextet led by Rick Ayers on trombone, bringing their signature sound all the way from Okoboji. Saturday, catch the Adam Johnson Quartet, a group rooted in Omaha's Red Lion Lounge. Known for putting fresh, creative spins on jazz standards with top-tier musicianship. Then Tuesday, Andrew Billion returns to the trio stage for his second show, bringing even more of the energy and talent that made his first performance such a hit. So if you're looking for a night that feels a little more special and a little more unforgettable, don't wait. Get your tickets now and experience it live at triojazzclub.com.
It's a fresh new look for DaveHollyHour.com. Besides catching up on episodes, find Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment websites. See what Dave likes on the Dave's Faves page. Get more information about our wonderful sponsors. Check out the news and notes section to find out what past guests are up to, and sign up for our newsletter. It's all at your searching and surfing fingertips. DaveHollyHour.com.
Walking through the entryway of Phil's Pub, you can't help but notice the show pics and posters from the heyday of live bands in Sioux Falls. Phil's is back. They're on their way to reestablishing their iconic live music venue status. Come on into Phil's for a great local brew. You might just find yourself seeing some of the performers in those pictures, and a very good chance you'll see new acts that will end up being in pictures too. Phil's Pub, your local dive, with music for the people. Follow them on Facebook and other socials. Keep up to date with who's playing at the pub each week here on the Dave Holly Hour.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet, whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota Avenue. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463. Walk-ins welcome.
It's another Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment conversation on the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yes, it is always great to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. It is a pleasure to do so, and it's such a pleasure to have this young lady in the Dipsy Doodle Production Studio. We were just talking that, we're not even sure she's been on so many times that you're thinking you need the SNL jacket.
I
now.
do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know we can arrange it.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I mean, look at the swag you're going
Look
home
at the
with this
swag.
time.
Yeah. I just need the Dave Holly Hour jacket.
Jackets.
Yes.
I don't even. Oh, well, yeah. I've
Well,
got the
I mean-
winter jackets.
Sure, yeah. I mean, hoodie's fine. Whatever.
Okay. Well, thankfully, I know where we can get those embroidered.
Heck yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It is always fun having you here, and it's always fun to talk about what's coming up next week for Improv Falls.
Falls.
Yeah. And, because we've done so many different things together.
Yes.
And hosting and et cetera. And it's always fun to watch you on stage along with the rest of that entire group of improvers. And you've been adding to that list, too.
Yeah, we've had a few people come in and stop as we've had people that have been out for travel or
Right.
other conflicts that they have with other performance opportunities. So we've had a few people sub in, and that's been fun to add to the mix and just learn a new style from people and watch what they do and
Right.
pick it up from there. So
The thing that I am really great to see happen in that group is you have two stand-up people, two stand-up comics in that group, and they still thrive doing the improv.
yes.
Because there are other places where having somebody come in that was a stand-up, they don't necessarily do that well with. Even Robin Williams didn't do well on Whose Line.
Yeah, I do think it's quite a remarkable skill for people who can do comedy, where it's a very dedicated and practiced,
Right.
rehearsed set. And improv, yes, we practice, but it's not the same outcome. And I feel like there's definitely the difference of people who like the comedy because they're more in control of that situation. And then there's some of us type B who just whatever. But also just trusting the process. So it's a very different, I've talked about it with a few different comedians who have been very gracious and kind and have asked me to host their shows. And I'm like, well, I'll host, but, have jokes, And I said, well, what draws you to this? And they said, basically, I like being in control of my set. I like know what's going to happen, as opposed to improv where you're really not quite
Right.
sure. And I've done improv with a few other groups. And I feel one of the reasons that Improv Falls, that we've had the success and the continuity of continuing doing what we have, is that we have a lot of trust for each other. And there's a lot of respect. And these are things we're constantly working on, making sure that we're safe, feeling heard, and just having that. Hi, Charlie.
The mascot is in.
Hi, Charlie.
Yes.
Charlie wants me to play, but I can't play. I'm talking, Charlie. It's just that ability that we know if something is not going well on stage, or we need somebody to pop in and kind of help carry the scene through, somebody's going to be there to do that.
Right.
And if it doesn't need it, we also know that they're not just going to charge in and take over the scene if they don't need to. So it's a really good supportive system in that way. And there's been other times where I've been in groups where you don't necessarily feel that safety, which I feel like improv is one of those places that you really have to be with people that you drive with, because it become hard if you're not.
Yeah, and I especially like the fact that you just mentioned it too, that somebody can always come in and kind of save something and rescue it. And that is always fun to watch, because until that point that they do that, they're just like us out in the audience. They're observing it.
Yes.
But of course, the big key to improv, as well as life, listening.
Yeah.
You have to listen, and you don't see. Here's where I think it's great, because so many of you came from the acting side.
Yep.
And you've got the two stand-up guys, but, they have both acted and so forth. Because I think the acting people always are into it because they're so much focused on character and what the plot line is. Even though it's a game, it still has a plot line. And comics are always thinking, typically at least, but not necessarily in this case, a lot of time they're thinking of, okay, what can I do to make this really funny?
Right.
Yeah, and because the key to improv being comedy is that the comedy happens.
It does.
You don't force it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're Emily and you make a 6 to 12-inch subway joke, because I can't resist one of those,
Yeah.
You know me.
Oh, there are some good scenes. So next Friday night at the Icon once
Lounge,
again.
April 17th. Doors open at 7:15. Shows at 8. Zach will be doing stand-up. Nate's hosting this time. So the plan is back to basics, a lot of those original games that we started out with, and playing a lot of those and just having a lot of fun with it. It's always great. Our audience, we have some first-timers all the time. We have people that have been there a couple times, people that have been to every show, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're always so grateful for that. Yes, grateful for that continuing support. It's amazing to have that. So last show, we didn't do Blind Line, and we had rioting. People loved it so much. So we have heard of the people, and Blind Line will be there. Do not fret. We will not let you down again.
Yeah, because that is one of my absolute favorites, but my favorite, and I can't recall whether you guys have done it or not, is the book.
Where you have the book and somebody reads lines out of the books?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they can only read from the 2 pages that are open after somebody chooses a page number.
Okay.
I absolutely love that game.
That is a fun one.
And another one that kind of coincides with it is writing the book at the typewriter, the typewriter game. And then as they're writing it and making the directives as to what the characters are doing, then they can change their mind and edit while they're on it.
Yes.
And then the actors have to respond to it.
Yes, I saw that recently. Oh my gosh. I don't know what the show's called, but it's really fun. It's like 3 people up on the stage. She was writing the book and deleting, and the actors had to back up and do it again and rewriting it and back and forth and just having people react to these scenes over and over. And it was just so much fun. And this comedy show, I don't know, Zach and I send each other reels of it all the time, and of course I can't think of it because that's the way my brain is. This is why I don't memorize things, because I can't remember things.
That's when I did improv for 20 plus years, it's like, well, my memory's shot, so this is much more fun. Yeah.
I mean, I can still remember things, but I'll think of it on the way home, and that's when I'll remember the name of the show.
I suppose you'll probably message me or so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sure. Be like, please add the show title in, because I can't remember it. I know I watched one the other day and I was like, oh, is that guy from Saturday Night Live? And Zach's like, yeah, it sure is. So, I mean, hey, at least I recognized a face. Let's see. I'm going to look right now because it's going to
in the meantime, I want you to think of what your answer is to what's your favorite game.
My favorite game. Ooh. Is it Make Some Noise? That's the name of the show.
Okay.
Make Some Noise. Okay.
Make Some Noise.
So
good.
My favorite.
Got that. Won't have to edit it later.
I don't know if I have a favorite game per se, but I do love when games don't go quite right. And they kind of go off the rails a little bit, like in guessing games. And I know some people really don't like it when they get stumped, but I don't mind being stumped. I think it's hilarious because just all the different ways our brains are trying to solve these problems, I think is really interesting when you hear things and it's just not coming together, these puzzle pieces. And oh my gosh, when you come up with Matchbox 5 instead of Maroon 5 or Matchbox 20, and you're just, I like those instances. And just how they push you to be more creative, to solve the problem, to help your fellow improvers get to the resolution. I like that whole process of having to just think in all these different ways. And that's what's really fun. But I'm also always a really big fan of Channel Changer.
Yes.
I think that one's fun. Because that one, again, you're technically in 2 scenes, but while other scenes are going on, you can always have the opportunity to fill in as background characters or pop in for little ins and outs of scenes. You know, it's not your whole thing, but you can just pop in and out. And I think I just like those little moments where you can just pop in, pop out, be done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think your strengths are as an improv actor?
Oh, God. I don't know. I think finding different characters, I hope, is fun. What do you say? I don't know. I guess I don't.
I would say that, that you are very good at creating a character.
Yeah. Finding new characters.
Especially one that is coming in to the scene. And then, like you just mentioned, pop out and so forth. But when you decide that you're going to be going into that scene, you seem to just be thriving. And it's like watching somebody, even though your character might not be smiling, it's like, oh, man, that's joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
You can see it when it happens when people are just in top-notch gear.
Yeah.
And that is definitely one of your pluses.
Yeah.
Creating the character.
Yeah, I really like just finding new characters, and I think just trying to work the way around and find the game in the game. Hopefully listening. Sometimes I'm not very good at that, I'll admit. I want to those sorts of things. I don't know. I always feel like I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how and where can I improve, not what am I good at? So I feel like that's a really hard one to answer.
So what do you think you need to improve at?
Well, singing, but whatever. We're just gonna embrace that. What is it? Embrace the suck. Yeah. Yeah.
I might write that as a line for Blind Lines then.
Embrace the suck.
No. Get Emily some voice lessons.
Yeah. There's people are like, you can sing, and I'm like, I know, but I just don't know why I can't when it comes to improv. I'm so bad.
Oh yeah. Well, you know the Irish song.
Yes.
That is always fun too.
Oh, it's such a fun one. I just love how it gets the audience amped.
Yeah.
Everybody's there for it, and what I think is
Heidi.
What's great about it is that the audience gets into that and then the clapping, but then when we start singing again, everybody just whooshes so they can hear us. And then I'm like, oh God, I know. Okay, they're listening. Yeah. They're listening. This is good. This is good that they want to listen and they're not talking over us or something of that nature.
And another fun one, of course, is always anything that has to do with speaking gibberish.
I love gibberish.
Yeah.
I love murder mystery.
Yeah, that's a dandy.
So much fun. I do like the one where we foreign film dub or like you act out a scene, play it in gibberish, and then somebody comes in and redoes the scene based off of what they've seen. Yeah. I think that one's just so fun. Again, just to see what different ways it's going to go, because the audience knows exactly what's happening. Mm-hmm. And then for them to see us reinterpret it, I think it's got to be really fun just to see how we interpret physicality or what our teammates are doing, and then to create a whole new scene that's just never remotely close to the same is really, really fun.
So is the whole cast going to be in this one?
No. Debbie is out. She has a dress rehearsal for something that night.
Yes.
And I think Jessica will be. I know Jessica's out being a world traveler at the moment, so I think she'll be there. She's in Europe.
Welcome to the One Female Show.
I know. Jessica's celebrating her 20th anniversary out on a cruise with Mr. Mark. So
they're quite the couple, aren't they?
So
they're lovely.
Adorable. Oh gosh, just sickening. No.
Borders on it.
No, they're wonderful. Two wonderful, wonderful people. So,
Well, we look forward to it regardless. So it's next Friday again at 7:15. The doors open. Show at 8.
Yep.
At the Icon.
Yep, and you can get tickets at www.improvfalls.com to get them in advance. And there might be tickets at the door. I cannot guarantee that. So if you're really wanting to go, get your tickets online and secure them now.
Based off of how many people go, I have to.
Yes, and what's fun is like, yes, you've been to an Improv Fall show, but they're always different.
Right.
Always different.
Yeah. And going back to, at the beginning when you said, but we practice, we don't rehearse. That's a tough thing to tell people that, when you tell them that, well, hey, everything we do is made up. Oh, yeah, I've got improv practice tonight.
Right.
Oh, I thought you just made everything up. Yeah, we do. We're practicing. We're not. We have no idea what's going to come up at the actual show.
No. I mean, everybody's like, oh, but it's for a very unstructured art form. It is very structured at the same time. The rules and the systematic methods that we do things that we practice all the time. So that way we are more successful, because I feel sometimes if you don't have those guardrails, people will not necessarily make the best choices.
Right.
So, and also you don't want to make the audience uncomfortable. You don't want to have to grotesquely blue things. You don't want to have violent things. There's been times where people have engaged, and Zach and I have made face-to-face contact, which really hurt. We're really good friends, but we're not that good of friends. But also, it's to keep us safe and keep the audience safe. And also, we don't, life's hard enough. We don't want to bring in politics, and we don't want to, do things that make people feel uncomfortable. And also, just as a note, when I do talk about this with people and they're like, oh, well, people get nervous when they come to these shows that they're going to have to participate, or they'll be singled out, or they'll be brought on stage or something like that. And that is never one of our goals, is to make somebody uncomfortable. So we're not going to call you on stage. If we do have a volunteer game, it is based on people who want to volunteer. All of our pegs that we pull, we are asking as an audience. We're not going to single people out unless we're not getting any response from the audience, and then we'll find people that we know, and then Dave, hey, we need a whatever, something like that. With places that we know where people are going to feel safe. Like, you're not going to feel not safe if I'm like, Dave, tell me about where's your favorite vacation spot, right? Something like that. We're also not going to single you out. We're not going to do that sort of stuff. So that's just something we want people to know. Is like, if you just want to be an audience member who sits there and laughs and claps, and that's all you feel comfortable, do that. That's great. That's wonderful. We do have people who do want to participate in a game here or there, which is also great. So.
And the other thing you want to do is when you get there and the doors are open, go ahead and save your seat in there.
Yes, save your seat. Go back to the bar to get your drinks. Get a couple of them because the lines are usually long at Icon to get drinks, which is great. We love that people are getting their beverages, whatever they may be. Go to the bathroom. But you're also more than welcome, of course, at any point in time to get up and go grab a drink or go to the bathroom.
Any intermission in this show?
Nope. We've decided.
You've kind of gone straight to it, haven't you?
Yeah. We've stayed. We were doing the intermission, but we felt that it kind of can sometimes drag down the energy, or depending on how long things take. That now we just want to have a nice, tight 90 show. From the second Zach or Nathan step on stage to do stand up to the very end, within that 90-minute parameter. So that way I'm going to.
Which is less than the average movie that you would sit through.
Yes, absolutely. I do have a lot of running friends. I am calling out running friends at this moment in time. I say, I can't go to your show. It's too late. I'm like, you're going to be home. You're going to be done by 9:30.
Right.
I will say, I know some of them go to bed at 8 because whatever.
We actually get there as, seniors. Yes. Because we know it's going to end at 9:30. We'll be home at 10 and, giving Charlie another treat probably.
Yes.
Yeah, before he has to go to bed. But it's just always such a great time to see improv and see it done well.
Well, thank you.
And I would say, in terms of if you want to score it from a 0 to a 100 for Improv Falls, I think you're 90 plus.
Hey, we'll take it.
I've only seen a few clunkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, everybody has them.
Everybody has them.
And that's, again, where you hope that somebody else is going to come in then.
Yep.
And save the scene or close it out. Because I was always one that quite often I'd be on the sides, and somebody else would even tell me on the sides, hey, finish it up. Put a wrap on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some scenes where you're like, oh, this scene's so good. I don't want it to ever end. But you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, it's just, I think one of the joys, if you will, of the arts is, you could go to a show that's awful, or you could go to a show that's amazing, or somewhere in between. But no matter what, people are getting to do something that they love.
Yeah.
And they're passionate about it. And I think it's important to have it all. It's important to give people the opportunities, whatever it may be, and it's just important to be there and support what you can and keep trying, keep pushing, because we need art and we need to be able to tell our stories, whether it's through music or comedy or improv or on stage or dance or whatever your medium and outlet may be. It's important to have those things. It's important to support each other, show up where we can, because I know it's hard to get to everything because there's a lot.
Oh, is there ever?
There is a lot. And it's also, cost prohibitive at times. And also sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're just like, I just need a night of staring at my ceiling.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Well, right before COVID, when the world shut down, the Saturday night before, there was a group of us. We had made an appearance at 5 different things in one night. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, my love and I try to narrow it down to maximum of 3, but try to only do 2, actually.
Yeah.
But so usually those, because I used to love to go karaoke, but I only know of one place that does it before 9 o'clock. I'm 63, damn it.
I think, keep talking about like, oh, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do with myself? Because I sit here and always think, what should I be doing with myself? Maybe that's what I'm going to do is I'll just open a place where we can have karaoke at 1 PM, and then we'll have stand up at 3, and then improv at 5, and then people can go home and go to bed.
Go home. We hit the retirees,
We hit the
that are still in good shape and having fun with life. And 5 o'clock, then they can have some cocktails.
Yeah.
And those will be their pre-dinner cocktails, and then they'll go home.
Go to dinner, go home, go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a perfect night.
It is perfect.
I'm dreaming of something right now.
Emily,
Yeah.
of all these other ideas that I have of like, maybe I should do this or maybe I should do that.
Well,
what about this?
here's something I've never really told anybody about, and also I should really start using it with all the guests that come in. The light bulb.
Oh, fun.
That is the great idea.
Great idea jar. So I need to write on this little
Yep.
slip.
You write a great idea on there, we put it in there.
Is a bar for seniors. No.
Yeah. A seniors night out.
Seniors night out.
Starting at 1 p.m. Home by 7.
Shows start early. I do have a running friend who is a wonderful, wonderful person. She's like, if you would have your shows before 8 p.m.
Is this the other Emily?
No,
Oh, another
no.
running friend then.
No, this is Michelle. She's an incredible human being. She's I don't know.
Another great idea.
She's another great. She's like this tall. She's the shortest thing. She can outlift anybody that I've seen.
Wow.
She is a beast. And God, it's been about 1.5 years. She was out running and her Achilles snapped. Whoop, down she went.
Yeah.
had major surgery and has worked her way back, and she's lifting and running and carrying on like it never happened. And she's incredible, but goes to bed early.
Speaking of injuries, are you keeping track day by day now? You know, are you kind of like an OSHA thing that Emily's had so many days without breaking a bone?
No, Charlie, no.
I think you should put it up on your kitchen wall.
No.
Days without an
Days
incident.
yeah, I know. If you don't know my past, I broke my arm June 19th, 2024 while out biking with my eldest child, wiped out on a wooden biking platform and shattered my radius. It was not great. And then 364 days later, I was out running, hi Charlie, with my friend Emily. And I just want to, it's weird how these things happen because I've been running for years. I've ran hundreds of miles. Emily and I run all the time. We just ran a half marathon a couple weekends ago. Hi. Oh, it's your sock. I'll get to the story. Charlie wants to play tug.
Yeah.
But ran hundreds and thousands, whatever, miles of Emily. I've ran trails. I've done all the things. Tripped over a stupid curb on a regular run. Fell just right where my arm, of course, you know, you put your arm out.
Right. Tried to save yourself.
Tried to save myself, and my bone snapped right below where my plate ended. So I had to go back in and have surgery again, take out the old plate, put in a new plate. So the goal is to not break anything ever again because it sucks. Can I say that word?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah. And my younger son, as you know, is a lot like his mother. And a couple weeks ago, we're almost done now, but fell riding his bike and broke both of his forearms. So, yeah.
Nasty stuff.
Yeah. So he should be free of his splint by Friday.
Woo! Thankfully.
Yeah.
Because in a couple of weeks, he's taking care of Charlie for the weekend.
Yeah, he's got to have his energy for Charlie. So, no, we're done. I think we've met broken bone quotas. Yeah, no more of those in this house.
All right. And unfortunately, we've kind of come to our time of being finito here as well. But you know me, I have to have an odd question at the end.
Okay. Charlie. Ow.
So, since you've been on so damn many times, I've got to come up with something every time now. Have I done the autobiography with you yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. What's the title of your autobiography?
What'd she forget now?
All right.
Yeah.
She didn't forget to be here, though.
No, I remember
she won't
that.
forget to be there next Friday night at Improv Falls at the Icon. Shows at 8, doors open at 7:15. We will see you there.
Sounds wonderful.
All right, and we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
If you're looking for something real, something local, something fun, Phil's Pub has you covered. It's your go-to dive bar. Just a laid-back, welcoming space where you can hang out, meet people, and enjoy good live music. Grab a pizza, bring your own food if you want, and settle in. Here's what's coming up tonight. Don't miss Trap the Queen of Spades, a weekly favorite and the perfect way to kick off your night. Then tomorrow, April 10, it's a rad show featuring indigent dog, beer, and Sodak Jack, all live, all free. Music starts at 7 p.m. and it's 21, and so bring your friends and get ready for a great time. Coming up on April 17, Alchemy Rocks hits the stage with a nostalgic night full of songs that you know and love. And looking ahead to September 11th, Matt D. brings original Hard Luck Americana and Bad Man ballads to Phil's from 7:30 to 10:30. So whether you're stopping for the music, the people, or just a chill place to unwind, Phil's Pub is where you want to be. See more at Phil's Facebook page.
It's the podcast that creatives in the Sioux Empire listen to so they can learn more about other creatives. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Thanks again to my wonderful guests, Courtney Hardie and Emily Wilson. Both have been on the show before, so to find out what we've chatted about in the past, go to the show website, davehollyhour.com. In fact, listen to any of the now 315 shows anytime you want.
This show is also available on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you all for supporting local arts and for taking the time to download, listen, and share this show. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying, and we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Hardie, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Hardie Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Phil's Pub, your local dive with music for the people. Chasers Food and Spirits, XL Chiropractic, and Quality Nails. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHardieHour.com. The Dave Hardie Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.